What's up, go-getters? It's your boy Coach to Win, and I'm back with another video. Thank you for showing up to watch these videos, because honestly, how exciting can it be, right? But hopefully I offer some value to you and you're sticking around and share this with other people, because this is what it's like to day trade, you know what I mean? So let me just go ahead and read through my my journal here. All right. So today, this morning, bruh, started off in the, well, I shouldn't say positive. Well, I guess it's positive, but you'll see what I mean. All right, so I watch ATOS go up to $700 plus in profits, but I didn't take it, and you're gonna see it right here. So let me just swipe for you so you can see. Bam, 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 bam. So I bought in at, I was trying to buy in at 410, but I missed it, so I had to go to 417, and I only bought 100 shares. And then I was like, let's go 1,000. So when it dropped back down to 410ish, because I saw a support line. All right, I'm going to show you the graphs in a little bit. And I bought in, and boom, I rode it all the way up, literally in 7 minutes, all right, of me buying in. Look at this. In 7 minutes, I was already up 700 plus, but I didn't take it. You're going to think I'm stupid, but I'm actually, I'm teaching myself to be more patient and to just basically, this was an experimentation of how far it would go. All right. And then what happened was, I was practicing patient for more gains. I was going to take it at 1,000, but it never broke 1,000. I was hoping to break, but you'll see what I talk about when I get to the graphs. All right. But my stop loss triggered because it came back down, and I profit about like $42 instead for ATOS. So it is what it is. I'm going to show you a video a little bit later. Then I thought that CYCN would be the one to pop off next, but it was AACG that took off instead, and I actually traded that while my money was stuck in CYCN. And you're gonna see, man, AACG, if you traded that today, let me know in the comments. What do you think? 1,000% in a day? That's insane. Okay, so I scalp traded ZOM while I was basically trading on trading with borrowed money. I was in the negatives because I was using money to buy shares in CYCN instead. So I scalp traded ZOM, I scalp traded VERU, I scalp traded DT, I scalp traded AACG. You're gonna see that. I got to talk about that one today. And I long held LIZI and SIEN after hours for fun. Saw LIZI was popping off like for the past 4 days. Like if you look at the LIZI chart, dang, it I don't know what's going on with this stock, but it is popping. Not the same way AACG was popping today, but it was popping. Yeah, these were just experiment holds. Didn't care if I lose or win. Loss, but it's okay. So I sold all my KOSS to avoid holding margins, because like I said, I was trading on margins. And so overall KOSS was negative $2.34. Luckily, I had made some money off of that to balance out if I sold a loss. I sold everything today. I didn't want to look at it anymore. I want to move on. So I'll do an analysis of Express, AMC, KOSS, and GME performance in another video, since they were like the hype stocks last week, and that deserves its own video. Some people are still holding on to GME, and I'm still holding on to 5 shares. I bought in pretty high too. We'll see if it pays up. If it goes to 1,000, awesome. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. Okay, however, tomorrow is looking like a big red day already for my long hold of CYCN. It is a bag of about negative 1.5K ish. We'll see if it goes off. Let's look at the charts later. All right. Come on, get out of here. Okay, we'll see if I'll sell at a loss. We'll see if I sell at a loss, then scalp trade to break even. But it'll be nice if CNYC came through, break even tomorrow morning, or even surpass what I'm thinking it'll go to. It's a gapper, so that's why I'm putting my money in it. But the challenge is to scalp trade to break even would be fun too. So tomorrow I'm going to basically start in the red of 1.5K negative, and I'm going to see if I can. I'm hoping it just comes through because I need the money back to trade. But you can see here, I would have made money. I would have walked away really easily, but I didn't. Why? Because I'm experimenting. This is like I said, it's like playing video games to me. All right, so right now I'm gonna show you a. Actually, let's talk about the charts first, and I'll show you a video. All right, let's bring up the charts here. Okay, so here's the chart. why is it on Neo and not on ATOS? I had this on ATOS. Okay. All right, so here, ATOS. Okay, so if I look at the ATOS chart here, all right, what happened was this thing, this is where I bought in. I saw it dropping, I saw the support level, and it dropped to as low as 406. And it was like a quick blip and it went back up and I got in at 410, right? And then it went up, cut back a little bit, and then it took off. And I looked at this, and when I saw the $5 resistance line, it was roughly like, I don't know, it was a ridiculous number, like 500K or something like that, right? So I knew a smart person would have just taken the profit, right? Because it was going to cut back around 490-ish, all right, ish, okay? 495 if you're lucky. And then it would come right back down. And it did, right here. You can see it in the charts, all right? So my advice to you and to myself as well is take the profit, let it drop back down, and then write it back up, right? Buy back in again and write back up. But I didn't. I wanted to long hold. I wanted to practice patience. I wanted to see if this thing's going to cut down and then go back up right here. See, it cut down and it tried to go back up. It tried to go back up again, but it never went back up. So this part right here is where I'll show you a video of this, and I had my stop loss at 415 to, you know, protect my profits, right? I should have had it higher, but it is what it is. No regrets. This was just an experiment, and I ended up walking away with like $42 instead of $700+, right? But I'm okay with it. So check out this video, and then you'll see my stop loss. Saw a major support line at $4, and then I bought in at around 410, popped right back up, and here I am, just, you know, having a stop loss, being very greedy. I saw this go up to almost $900 in profits, and I didn't take it. But, you know, we'll see how this goes. Let it play out. Let it marinate, you know. Long hold practice right here. Let's go, ATOS. Breast cancer, son. Let's go. Give you some money so you can do your research. All right, so I hope you guys, you know, are a little bit more greedier than me. Well, not greedier, but like, you know, just take your profits and just walk away. But for me, I just ended up just waiting. I went to eat breakfast with my family, you know, because that's what I promised to do. And I walked away at 7 o'clock, and it triggered while I was washing the dishes. That's it. That was it. That, you know, like I was practicing patience and being able to walk away without having to sit there and stare at the screen like, come on, you can do it. You know, like, well, there are other things you could do too, you know? So, but that's just what I was doing, trying to practice that long hold and just be able to walk away, do my thing, and then come back to it. And if it triggers, it triggers. I still made some money off this trade. It wasn't as much as I wanted, but I still made money. All right, now let's get into the numbers of these different stocks. All right. Okay. So I scout traded ZOM, made $100 ish, because I just, the stop loss triggered, and then I had money to spend, so I spent it on ZOM. This is what I did. All right. I went in 5,000 shares, wrote it up 2 cents, boom, sold, because I saw there was a resistance at 140. I think it was 145. It was ridiculous, like a huge number, and I was like, I'm gonna get out, and it did. It dropped right back down and it went right back up. Okay, and then the next one here is ATOS again, that $42. Like I said, right, my stop loss triggered, and this is the only trade I made with ZOM down here. Okay, stop loss triggered at 415. You can see it right there. And then I traded VERU. I wrote this up. See, 48 cents. Wrote it up a little bit. I saw this. I was holding it, and then it went up, and then I just sold it because I didn't want to pay attention to it anymore. And then DT, I traded this as well. You can see if I normally go in 1,000 shares or like 5,000 shares, because I have buying power to do that. If I had like $25,000 again, $25,000 again, I would totally go in 5,000 shares with these things and just write it up real quick, make a few $100, and then boom, it just adds up over time. Because the goal is to look for moving stocks. You don't want to have your money sitting there in dead stocks that are just not really moving anymore, just on a slow decline, which CYCN was a slow decline. I saw it coming, but I was like, yeah, let's just hold and be patient and see what happens. So I had no money to trade, so I did scalping with really small trades. You can see here the shares are like 10 shares and stuff. I mean, I don't really trade with 10 shares unless I'm messing around or I'm gambling. LIZI, definitely a gamble here. Threw it in. It was hot all day, and 10 shares, held it for a long while, and I sold it like, if you look at the time here, I seriously sold it like minutes before the trading day really ended for after hours. And so, you know, lost $6, not a big deal. And then I lost $7 on ATOS. I was actually up $30 here. And I'm going to really talk about this and go into the numbers more because you can see me scalping like crazy when I show you a little bit later. But I lost money on this. And then this was totally gambling here on this one, CN. I was hoping it'll gap up. It did, but it didn't gap up as much as I wanted to. So I didn't take the profit because it was only like a few bucks. And then I just held it and see what happens. At the end of the day, I sold it like near $50 loss. But I made money already, so that $50 pretty much 40 something dollars cancel out with my ATOS, right? And then KOSS here, I sold everything. Here's my last few shares. I sold everything. Like I had 51 shares left. I sold everything at $17.95, and I ended up with an overall loss of $2.34. Not as bad as some people, because it could have been worse, right? So basically that's what I did, and then went to get a burger because I don't know, I just wanted a burger today, and took my daughter on a long walk to go ride her bike, and then I was walking over on the overpass, and I saw this. It was like beds in the canal, it's weird, right? To see beds there. Like who throws away their bed in there? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, whatever. But I just thought that was really interesting. I had to take a photo of it. That was pretty much my day. And then let's get into the numbers. All right. I'm not going to go into ZOM, but I will talk about AACG. That one was popping today. Like I said, I was literally up. Look how many times I scalped this thing. So if you look at this, I went in, and it stop loss triggered. The stop loss hit, so I lost the first trade. But I went in, write it up, 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 and it kept going. So imagine if I just held this 10 shares from $8, all right, from $8 all the way up to like around 19 something. Look at that. Okay, I bought in, sold that 5 at a loss, bought in again, sold it at a loss again. So that's the reason why I'm negative, because I earned enough to just buy 5 and just see where it was gonna go. I thought it was gonna, pretty much take off, but it didn't. It dropped. Didn't matter. Overall, only lost $8 on this trade, but ZOM covered it, right? So today was a small green day. Tomorrow's looking like a big red day, but your boy's hoping to break even tomorrow or surpass and go green. I might be a small green day tomorrow. We'll see. And that's it. If you traded AACG today, let me know in the comments. Or is LIZI? LIZI was also taking off. LIZI. Let me know in the comments down today, how much did you guys make off that, or how much did you lose? Let me know. We can talk about it. All right. So if you're like thinking this is a long-term investment, these are penny stocks. These are not long-term investments. And I understand that some of them can be like an Amazon 20 years down the line or whatever, but the likelihood of that happening is very rare. So I would caution you to not bag hold. And I would say just day trade these, make enough money, and then hold about 100 shares or 200 shares or 1,000 shares. Sometimes I used to hold 1,000 shares like just to see where it goes a few days later, but nothing happens. I just sell it. Doesn't matter. Okay. So yeah, that's it. I wanted to thank you again for watching, and we're going to say goodbye. So get your hands ready. For those of you who are returning, you know how we do. Get your hands ready. For those of you who are new to the channel, get your hands ready as well and just follow along. All right, so here we go. Rock, paper, peace. Let's hang out again in the next video.